Hi everybody. I'm gonna wait for a second and see if anybody hops on here. Hello, hello. I know many of you will be watching the replay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get started with the video. Hi. If you are watching this live, go ahead and say hey so I know who's joining me. If you're watching the replay, just give me a hashtag replay so we can keep it bumped so people can hop on and watch after the fact. My name is Jen McCann, for those of you who don't know me, and hi Audra, I am a Senior Executive Director and Presidential Circle member, and I am going to tell you my story to executive today. I watched Michelle Kalalo's amazing story yesterday, and I think you'll find some similarities, and I want to urge you all to try and watch all of these videos that we're doing because I want you to kind of see all of our journeys and the differences that we have, but notice the similarities in how we got to where we are, because those are the things that you want to grab a hold of and emulate in your own businesses, because you guys, there are this many people at the top of this company and we can all get there. We want you all to be at the top. Okay, so I'm gonna start a little bit with my background. I graduated with my degree in teaching, and I was a teacher in an amazing school district in Gahanna, Ohio for 10 years, and I loved my job very much until I had kids. And I actually still loved my job, but it became really hard for me to be away because it was quite a drive. So I started getting very depressed. I would cry each day on the way to work. I would cry at night on the way home. I'd call my mom or my husband, and I couldn't do it anymore. I felt like I was not raising my littlest baby or my son, and that those years were going to pass me by and I was never going to get them back. So I decided while I was teaching full-time to, you know what, I'm going to back my journey up in a second, but I decided while I was teaching that I needed to do something else. Okay, so I called upon my past direct sales experience. So backing up about 5 years, I started direct sales about 8 years ago. And I'm not going to mention names of companies, but the first time I joined a direct sales company was to earn a little bit of money to pay for things for my wedding. Planning a wedding and paying for most of it yourself. I'm sure if you've done that, you realize things are much more expensive than you anticipate. So I started this direct sales business, and I was, I think, 27 years old, and I really just joined with, my goals were something like this. Okay, so see if you can relate to me. My goals were, hey, I need to get, the candle centerpieces for the tables are going to be $350. So I need to have a couple parties to earn the $350. Okay, so I would go about my business. I would try to have a couple hostesses host parties, and I would earn my $350, and then I'd be done for a little while. And then I would go and realize I needed more money for another expense, and I would have another party. But I wasn't really working the business consistently, nor did I attend any trainings. I didn't, there were meetings that our team had only about 20 minutes from our house once a month. I didn't go to any of them. I just thought, you know, I don't really need to know what they have to say. I'm just going to do this how I want to do it. Well, clearly I wasn't successful with that at all. You know, I made the money for those things, and that's where my goals stopped. Fast forward now again to my wedding, my sister's wedding. I needed more money again, and I'm from a very supportive family, but my family, we didn't grow up with a lot of money, so my parents have never been, and my husband's parents have never been a place that we can go for financial support. So my sister has a wedding coming up, and it was in the Dominican Republic. So again, I thought, well, I earned money for my wedding. I'm going to go ahead and earn some money again, and I'm going to start up this new business/hobby. Well, I decided this time I'd listen a little more, and that's where I learned about the law of attraction and the art of non-selling. And so I really clung to that principle, and I started to become a lot more successful with that business. I grew a little bit of a team, but when I was in that company, I didn't really expand my network at all. So after about a year, which happens a lot in direct sales, after about a year, my sales kind of plummeted or flatlined because my warm network was kind of worn out. So I took that as a sign that the product just wasn't great anymore, and I quit. All right, now I'm going to bring you back up to where I was with teaching and being a mom. I thought back to those times where I had earned money with direct sales, and I stumbled upon this company that I thought was going to change everything for me, and it did. Okay, not Color Street yet. So I joined this company, and I was working full-time as a teacher, and after 6 months, I quit. I got a job teaching online, which if you know anything about online teaching, it cuts your salary down drastically. But since I had this direct sales business that I was working, I was able to do that, and I was so happy. I was home. I got to eat lunch with my children every day. I wasn't driving to work. I mean, everything was wonderful. But you guys, I was working like more hours. I might as well have worked a full-time job because I was working at night. I was literally working in between bites of dinner with this job because it was so intense. Okay, but I learned so much from it, and I'm so thankful. So where does Color Street come into play? I met my sponsor, Amber Spence, when I was 3 years old, and we grew up in a very small town in West Virginia. I had a split family, so I spent 3 weeks at a time there, and we'd kept in contact over the years, and I knew she was a very smart businesswoman. So I saw her post one day, just by chance, on her personal page, this sample request form for Color Street. Now, my plate is totally full at this point, you guys. I have a full-time online teaching job with 110 students, 2 young kids at home, very little childcare, and I'm running a business full-time. I'm talking full-time out of my house. So I thought, she's really smart at business. I'm going to ask her about this. I've never heard of this company. And she told me about it, and I said, oh, that sounds a lot like that other nail company that I won't mention. And she was like, girl, just go to your mailbox, see if your sample's there in a couple days, and let me know what you think. So I got my sample out of the mailbox, and the minute I got it, I put it on. I ran upstairs to my computer that I used to, that I was currently teaching online classes for, and I was like, Amber, I'm signing up. And she laughed. She was like, you don't even have a full set yet. And I said, I don't care. I know this is really big. And I won't forget what I said next. And this is what I think is the difference from now to all the other direct sales businesses. I said, I hope you know that I am going to do this, and I am going to build an empire. We're going to go to the top together. And every single day, I kept that in my mind. So you guys, think about this. Right now, I'm teaching full-time. I have a business out of my home. I've added another business. I started adding teammates the very day I signed up. I think I had 5 teammates before my kit arrived. So I am working my fingers to the bone, you guys. But you know why? Because now my why was bigger than it had been ever before. My why before was just, I need to get this much money, and it was very short term. But now my why was, I want to do this because I need to feel the success. I need to be successful and still be able to balance my family life. So as I started to dive into Color Street, I joined every single training call that I could. I read all the videos that are pinned in the Nail Bosses and Fancy Fingers. I mean, I watched so many videos of Katie Harbison, and I had conference calls with Katie and Amber and Andrea, who were all so supportive, and I took notes. I was racing, you guys. If you are brand new, race to team leader, because you can change your entire business once you hit team leader. So I was racing to team leader, and I would not take no for an answer. I was at Thanksgiving. I started November 21st of 2017, still teaching and all of that, okay? I was talking at Thanksgiving dinner to my sister, trying to bribe her into signing up because I needed one more person under one of my stylists to get to team lead, and I needed to do it so bad. She wouldn't do it, but I still made it happen anyway with the wonderful support of my uplines and just never taking no for an answer. So I became coachable. I learned everything I could. I'm reading books all the time, you guys. And if you take these principles that experts in direct sales have applied and they've learned and researched and put into action, you cannot fail. This is all about growing your network, and I believe that every person you meet can impact your life. You may not know right away how. You know, when I was 3 years old, I thought Amber was just a fun friend that I got to ride four-wheelers at her house. 30 years later, she is my amazing upline in a business that completely changed my life. How insane is that, you guys? I have, the entire time I've been with Color Street, every single day I wake up and say, I am going to do this. My husband, every night when we have a little time together, I say, I hope you know I'm going to do this big. I'm not going to stop until I get to the top. And even then, because now my why is bigger. Now my why is all about my team. You guys, I have this team of rock stars, and it has been more rewarding than anything I have ever done to see these women achieving goals, women, and there's a few men, that they never thought was possible, and that now is my, I guess you would call it, my transformed why. So every day I wake up and I want to do this for them and for me and for my family, and I'm not taking no for an answer. I really think the difference in being so in direct sales and network marketing and being a super strong leader is the drive and the desire and the positive mindset. You have to come in with the mindset that you can do this, you deserve this, and that if you just take no no's for an answer, you can do it. Expand your network. Go out and find people that you can build relationships with. Study from the best. We have so many amazing leaders on just this Team Fancy Fingers, but even outside of our company. Study what leaders do. Read books. I'm currently reading Girl Wash Your Face. I really loved Be a Network Marketing Superstar. Love You Are a Badass. I love You Are a Badass at Making Money. If you haven't read that one, it's really great. It's all these books have this common thread of positive mindset and work ethic. So you have to work hard. You know, I was that girl when I was 16 years old working at Bob Evans that when everybody would try to be giving up their tables because they wanted to take breaks and get out early, I'm like, give me the tables, give me the tables. I want all the tables. I want all the money. And that's just kind of always been my work ethic, and I carried it into direct sales, and I won't stop because I have all these rock stars on my team that I want to be standing on the stage with me next year, and that is now my goal. So you guys, find your rock stars. Don't stop until you do. Know their goals so that you can help serve them. We are in servant leadership. We're here to serve our teams and our customers. And if you just make sure that everything you do is focused on that, you will be successful. No excuses. We all have busy lives, okay? My online school has since closed down. Again, why I had more hunger and desire to make that money. I kind of had to. But we're all busy. We're all so very busy. I have an executive director on my team that you may hear from that has 7 children and travels full-time for work, and she's an executive director. Think about what your life, how you picture it, and you will be able to get there. Don't give up on what you deserve, you guys. Nothing is different about me from now to the past besides the fact that I became coachable, I studied, and I upped my desire, and I won't stop until I'm at the top. So, thank you guys so much. Yes, I can post those. I will, Gretchen, I'll tag you in the comments. There are so many wonderful books. I know that Brittany Metke reads a lot of books as well. She has some other good suggestions. So yeah, maybe we can get a book list going for you guys. Anyhow, thank you so much. If you guys have any questions, feel free to type those in the comments. But I'm excited for you guys to hear the rest of your awesome leaders tell about their journey to executive this week. Have a wonderful day.